Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Meredith. Mine Rose, I'm a universal healer and a peace visionary, and of course I really mean what I say when I say I'm a universal healer and a peace visionary, even if it sounds like, oh, that is very extravagant. Okay people, um, today we're going to talk about mean people are power thieves, sociopath mirrors our quality, and we fall for our own reflection. So before we begin, I wish everybody a beautiful weekend and energy that will uplift you and a strong vibration that will guide you to the path that you need to be on and to be intentionally be happy. So that's what we're mastering this month or this week into the new year. We're gonna learn to mastering the intention to be happy. Well, you know that we've been using a few decks for our live stream, and we did the Dragon Light Worker reading a few days ago, and I think that it is kind of fun for me to do this. So we're going to do this again today, and I'm going to start shuffling the cards while we're going to talk about mean people are power thieves, and sociopath mirrors our quality. We fall for our own reflection. So as I was waiting for my music, my intro music, to end and the live stream to begin, I was thinking about myself, about what I do, about how people perceive what I do. And then I heard this very confident voice that says, who cares what people think of you? Who cares if you are a healer? Who cares if you can connect to magical realms? Who cares if you can read aura and chakra? Who cares if you are a medium or intuitive or psychic or you are like a very high spiritual, energetical individual who has experience accessing those. And then the thing is that in the past, because when people see how unique or special I was, they began to. One thing that opened my eyes this week is that people are obviously attracted to confident, inspiring, aspiring, positive, bubbly, open, warm person. And that was what I was. And then I attracted a lot of sociopath. And I didn't take the opportunity to choose my friends, to choose my surrounding, and to choose my environment. I guess in some way, I have a cognitive delusion is a term that I just created, cognitive delusion. And the thing is, this delusion that I was trapped in, it didn't allow me to see the truth, because delusions are not necessarily all based on truth. It is mostly based on distorted facts. That's why delusions are always off, off reality. Yeah. So so I was thinking about my behavior, my personality. When I had the attitude, positive attitude, and when I had a strong presence, like a conviction, a belief in myself, what I didn't recognize or anticipate is the fact that I didn't learn to choose who I let into my private space. I didn't choose who I want to be friends with. I didn't choose what surroundings I want to be in. And it opened my eyes that I was surrounded by a lot of greedy people. I was surrounded by a lot of greedy people, and I was surrounded by perverts. And oh yeah, so that was another one that I wanted to talk about perverted women's. Oh yeah, and then the reason that these women are perverts because they are possessed by a male dominant spirit. I don't know if you can hear something off with my voice, but I'm trying to like get that voice back. So so eventually when I was like thinking of all of these situations, it occurred to me that how to say this? It occurred to me that when your external physical self positivity change, it doesn't mean your inside change. My inside, connecting to the cognitive delusion that I was raised with, belief system that was passed down by my psychopathic, narcissistic, sociopathic, MOTHER, I was still the small-hearted. Like, even though, like in my life, I could be big-hearted, but in my personal relationships, not relationship with the world, because my relationship with the world, as you know, that I was able to carry out, like when I my experience of working, I was able to gain respect from my boss, from my co-workers, and even like in Malaysia, in New Zealand, I was able to gain that kind of respect, even though one of the first time that I met a new boss, she was like a bully and she was racist. But my boss from a previous workplace in New Zealand was very kind and nice. And I didn't know it was so easy for me to get a job in New Zealand, like in retail. But at that time, I could only work like part-time, not permanent position because of my visa. It was like, I was so good that they want to give me a permanent job. But I didn't get to go and work at the first place. I went to work the second place and then the third place. So anyway, the point being is that my relationship with the world was kind of okay, but my personal relationship with people who were meant to be friends or co-workers, not so much problem because they are nice to me. And people I met when I travel was also good. So this thing that I'm trying to explain, share, and tell is when people have personal relationship with me, they end up being a mean person, and it's something that I need to wake up to. It's something that I need to raise a voice or stand up to it, or just acknowledge, hey, that's not nice. That's not nice. I'm not gonna. Even though we can accept people for their darkness, but you also have the freedom and free will and voice to tell people that I'm not participating in this mean behavior, and you're not making space for other people mean streak or mean behavior or mean attitude to find ability to be expressed in your energy. And maybe it's something that you need to wake up to, just the way that I have to wake up to like recognize mean people. Just the way that, like, for me, when I wake up to like, okay, this old man who's like being super friendly to me is not, it is a perverted thing to do, because First of all, check out your age. Second of all, we don't have anything in common. Third of all, I'm not obligated to be nice to you or sweet to you. So understanding the fact that waking up to this cognitive delusion that has been groomed into me to accept when I was a kid or when I was a young girl, and to open my eyes to realize that, hey, you know what, my ability to be independent, to stand tall in my identity was kind of erased or damaged because my childhood was damaged, and someone doesn't want me to grow up and have independence and have a career and have success and have a future. Because like if you have people, if you grew up with mean mothers, you would understand that she will try to take control of your childhood, she will try to take control of your future. So for this specific case, if you are adopted, or if you have mothers who've been adopted and they are not at peace with their past, and they are like dumping their bitterness to their own children because they have unhealed emotions from their past, that they were adopted, that they think that they were rejected, and in a way that they find solace is to reject, abandon, neglect their own daughter, even if it's blood. So it in a form, it's like parents with unhealed wounds and trauma, they pass it down to their children, and children are like, what the heck, like what actually happened that they treat me this way? Because if you understand fully, healthy parents don't create unhealthy children's. Healthy parents create healthy children's. So there are people out there with healthy upbringings because their parents were mentally healthy. Their parents had no wounds bleeding onto their children and onto their children's future. So like for me right now, like if I can kind of like open my eyes and see that, you know what, not a lot, like my siblings, like they're not really fully independent because they're still like relying on my parents, and they make such a big case about like I was trying to make it on my own, like ever since I left because of the death threat in 2015. I tried to make it on my own, and even though I suffered and I had situations where I didn't eat and I was like struggling to pay rent, I still made it through. But after like being harassed on the YouTube with like these parents, like this mother and sister, and like they don't shut up, they don't want to let me go, they don't want to have me have a life. And the thing is that I never argued with them, I only argued with my brother about a pedophile issue. And it's like, what's wrong with them? And it opened my eyes recently that greed had been the essence of a lot of this cognitive haze, this cognitive delusion of why things are not in harmony, in place. So this is like kind of like personal, but maybe it can relate to people. So my parents was not well off when they began life. It was not well off. I think they work. They're from the workers class, working class people. And then they work, and then they earn their wealth. And you know the previous story, what I've shared before. So for me, being surrounded by unconscious greed, I was trapped in a situation where I don't recognize greed, and then I was kind of stringed along by greedy people to play by their rules, by their game, by their terms, by their conditions. And when I step up and I say no, then they lash out to me. They say, you cannot say no because you are under my hypnotism, you are under my spell, you are under my trance. As an adult, I was kind of like this conduit where why is greedy people surrounding me? But I didn't know that there are things that I shouldn't put up or tolerate with people who show greed. And I can see that um, greedy people don't want to wake up from their cognitive haze or cognitive delusion that they are greedy. So it takes a personal mastery to recognize the red flags. If you're dealing with a greedy person, you have to stop making room for them to feel free enough to leech on or parasite on or like hook on to you. But because I couldn't recognize it because it was so dense in my conditioning, in my grooming, in my mind programming. Since I was a girl, like I was just tolerating greedy people. I was giving away my power. I was giving away my property, or I was giving away my possessions, my money to my siblings, to my other siblings, to my mother. And it's like, it's so funny that I wake up to this. I wake up to the fact that, you know, when I was like 16, 17, we went to L'Occitane, like I don't know how you pronounce it, and I like a lavender perfume, and my father bought it for me. The next day, my mom took it, and I couldn't say anything. And then I had a really like expensive MacBook Pro, a very expensive one. It's like about 4,000 USD, way back. So it's extra expensive. When I was going to Lim Kok Weng, a university, I regret saying the name. It is the one that wears all black, and I think they're part satanic kind of uni. They all wear black. So and then after like I come back to home, because I live on campus, my brother is like, oh, you should take my computer and I'll take yours. And then I couldn't say anything. So that's my vulnerability. That's my weakness, is that when greedy people try to control me, I don't say anything. And it seems like previously when I was in some friendship with another business owner who's doing like coaching as well, and I met them through someone else who had a radio show in Malaysia, who doesn't have it anymore. They saw me as a target that they can bully, that they can be mean, and that they can control. So mean people, they like to be mean, they like to bully, they like to control. So for me, it opened my eyes to like, which area, which brain spots in my head that I don't open my eyes to, that allow these people to think that I am a person that can be taken advantage for. Because I mean, of course, no human is perfect, and spiritual awakening is somehow allowing ourselves to step more deeper into our power and learning to be more authentic and connecting to our higher self and being more free spirited and connecting to more happiness, peace, abundance, joy, and peace, love. So, of course, like, sharing this is not wrong. Sharing this doesn't mean that in previous time I was damn perfect. I wasn't damn perfect. Like if you, the more you wake up, the more you see your flaws. And so some people don't want to wake up from their cognitive haze, cognitive delusion, because they don't want to be responsible to change themselves. And they just want to be selfish, be greedy, be mean, be cruel, be cold-hearted, be an apath, be like non-caring, ignorant, and they're in denial of their vulnerabilities and their flaws. And it's so hard to this is a very hard world to be spiritual and to follow a principle and value that other people don't want to engage in, don't want to respect, don't want to follow, because they dismiss it, ignore it, don't respect it, and they don't respect a higher evolved human way of being. So mean people are power thieves. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Many, where is it? They are power stealers. Okay, mean people are, first of all, they don't just become mean for no reason. They became mean because it's a way for them to feel powerful. It's a way for them to take away power. It's a way for them to control other people and then thrive in the feeling that, hey, because I can control people, I feel damn powerful. But mean people have this ego, which is very brittle, very broken, very shattered, very empty and hollow. And they don't, okay, imagine like that energy, the brittle ball, the hollow ball, the shattered ball is their inner child. And the thing is that I understand, I see this, that when any master black magician or master shamanism that is evil witch or evil wizard, evil warlock, evil hypnotist or evil trancer, like people who trance people, they connect to your unconsciousness, the deepest core of your soul, which is your unconsciousness, and they wriggle you around. It's like they access your source, your source energy in your soul, in your spirit, and then they control it. And they do that in relation to accessing your beingness from your most vulnerable state of unhealed emotional body. So when I was put onto when I was cursed or put in a black magic trance by the this Babylonian MOFO bastard from LA, who's Persian, that I met in London, that actually happened in the house of the psychopath that I was living in. And I knew that, hey, you know what? Let's think about it. That's being wise. That's being clever. That's being safe and precautious. Let's think about it before you invest. And the thing is that, when you allow certain people to enter your life, and when you don't see that they have wild eyes, or they're like very intrusive in the way they speak, very dirty in the way they speak, very, like, they speak about death, they speak about really horrible things, fear-provoking sentiments, shock-provoking news, or they just want to like shock you, invest fear into you, and they just want to like cripple you. The reasons there's mean people who are power stealers, imagine if every one human being is like a life force. The more spiritual you are, the stronger your life force is. The less spiritual you are, the dimmer your life force is, and the more dependency you have on others. And then if you've been like a strong life force with no protection, you became like me in the past 4 years, that I was attacked by multiple sociopaths until I was agoraphobic. I couldn't go out, and I was attacked like a lot. And I don't know about you if you have this type of spiritual journey, but I'm only talking about myself, and hoping that it may relate. But some humans, they go through this because they need to wake up to their supreme potential. And when I say supreme potential, only when you are broken you know that, hey, you're very, very durable, you're very, very strong, and you didn't die even though you were like, you know what, this is fucked up, I'm fed up, and this is so damned, like, let's just die and get over get it over and done with. But it didn't happen like that. You didn't die, it didn't get over and done with, and you're just like, why am I still alive? So mean people are power stealers, power thieves. Sociopath mirrors our quality and we fall for our own reflection. Sociopath mirrors our quality. So this thing is something that was very hard to put into words, but I hope that since I understand it, I can share this understanding to all of you. Is like, when people like us and want to be us, they mirror us. And that's what rapport, like R-A-P-P-O-R-T, being a rapport to, like, you imitate other people's gesture, you imitate other people's words, you imitate other people's behavior, you imitate other people's way of standing, way of moving. That's rapport. And the reason that sociopath gets away with doing this and then gets away with devaluing and discarding us is because we don't realize that they're morphing into us. They're morphing into our greatest and best qualities by imitating, by mimicking. And we don't know that this is not normal. And once we realize that, hey, there's too many times that this has been happening, and you start to have this alarm in your cognitive mind that says, red flag, red flag, red flag, untrustworthy, unreliable, irresponsible, dishonest. So you have all these red flags that tells you this person is a big alarm siren telling you danger, danger, danger. Previously, when I was open-hearted, warm, kind, friendly, I didn't have that red flags. And I just be friends with sociopath. And then it became too late that I then fall betrayed and lost a lot of, like, time, lost a lot of potential or missed opportunities. And the reason that some people are duplicates and robots, duplicated robot of our prime self. Sociopath, narcissist, psychopath, when they target you, they are duplicating you as a robotic machineries of yourself. So imagine artificial intelligence. They are a form of bio AI, like artificial intelligence, where they imitate you. Their brain, their body is the same, but the way that they cognitive, the way that they speak, the way that they move their body, the way that they impress people, I've seen it with my own two eyes, that I see, like, and then I got shocked. She spoke like me, she talked like me, she stand like me, and it was like a damn Freaky Friday where I felt like, oh my god, in a Freaky Friday movie, the mother and the daughter exchange souls, and I felt like, did we exchange souls? But I'm still in the same body, but I don't have my own feelings anymore. And that's what it is. It's like a artificial intelligence that their identity was formed based on artificial qualities that they were like duplicating, mimicking, photocopying who you are, like copycatting, photocopying who you are, and then you don't know that. And it is the most damnedest, freakiest thing. If you open your eyes to this, you'll obviously be open to this like you totally like break your brains out and say, am I in the movie version of Matrix when I see sociopath, narcissist, and psychopath, or people who targets me and then try to become a duplicate of my identity by their behavior, by their speech, by their way they stand, by the way they behave, by the way they move. Then you're like, is this a effing dream? But the truth is that they mirror our quality. And when we fall for our own reflection, that we thought that they were our bestest friend, they're not, because we cannot discern where their energy ends and where our energy begins, because their energy doesn't end. Their energy is now overlapping ours, like overlapping our energy, and they're like consuming this organic. We are organic beings, and other people are not organic beings. They are artificial intelligent beings that do not have a independent and spiritual life force or life connection to source. And it's 30 minutes now. So today, the point that I want to make in my live stream is there's the root processor, or the root programmer, or the root creator. Earlier on, when I was like talking about stuff, and I just continue talking, the root creator, and I was like talking about who cares if I'm who I am. I'm a healer, I'm a coach, I'm intuitive, I'm a sage oracle, I am an oracle that can access multidimensional energies and beings and do many things. Who cares? And people who knew me, they shatter me, crush me, and do things to me that makes me doubt myself and hurts me to my innermost core, because they were able to do this, mirror our quality, and then they walk away with our, tricking us that they're walking away with our qualities. Sociopath, narcissist, and psychopath cannot destroy what they didn't create. We have to stop giving our power to them to believe that they can destroy what we created with bad criticism, hate, disintegrating negative jokes, harassment, assaults, intimidation, provocation, aggravation. We have to start believing, our organic soul have to start believing that they never created our authenticity, they never created our independence, and they never created our individuality, they never created our connection to life force or life source. So if they never created our authentic selves, who are they to believe that they can destroy our organic authentic selves? So it just doesn't make sense, because they never created us, but why do they have the power to destroy us? So when we can like align, like put it straight, parallel, who we are in our past, in our experience, in our choices in the past that made us who we are before they meet us and they try to distort everything about us, who we were. And they try to tell us that because I say negative things to you, I push your button. Because I harass you, I push your button. Because I humiliate you and trick you and slander you, I shame you, I push your button, it means you are no longer who you are, and I get pieces of you. Because we talk about this where sociopath breaks you in little pieces. Oh, we didn't talk about it. It's an art, is written in my blog post as a draft. They break you into little pieces and take those little pieces as grand prize or prize in their life, because it's like the loot of war. Because after a war, there's treasures, and they're looting those treasures because, you know, they win some preconceived idea of a war. So if this was a psychologist, like a psychological war, spiritual warfare, when they attack your soul, demean you, humiliate you, your positive traits, your qualities, your positive image are all up for grabs. And one thing that really affected me, the time that I was insulted, shamed, ridiculed in the car, in my car, and she was yelling, screaming at me, and I didn't respond. And then she attacked me again in public, and I tried to respond, and I say, hey, this is wrong. And then when I say, hey, this is wrong, she twisted my energy so much that it felt like I was bombarded with the negative energy as a defense that I want to give to her. She just fucked my mind in a way that she just twist my perception back to me and like blame myself. So they have that kind of black magic energy. And I'm only saying this because my neighbor had like this black magic talisman that I told her to burn, but I don't think that she burned it, and maybe she's like possessed by that evil spirit in that black magic talisman. My neighbor who lived 3 doors down from my old house, she moved out already. She's an ungrateful biatch as well. She's Portuguese. What else can I say? She twists that perception, and they make us believe that the way they treat us, that we deserve it. So they mind fuck us and then play with our minds, and they destroy the harmony in our mind with a lot of forced psychic attack into our brains, our minds. But spiritual awakening is so much more than being assaulted by psychopath, narcissist, and sociopath energetically. It's who you build yourself after you've broken down, and how you wake up to recognizing that we can create who we are every day by our choices and daily decisions. And mean people, even if they harass us, make us feel unworthy, make us want to die, make us suicidal, make us feel shame, unbearable, the insecurities that they plant onto us, it belongs to them and whoever who hurts them. And when we fully recognize the seed of sins, and the seed of sins is recognizing pure essence of negativity, and when we realize that there's no reason for my mother to hate me if I was doing the best I can to respect her, to be a good human being, but because I was so like abused by her, and then I took it personally. And then while I'm in the journey of awakening spiritually, and I'm realizing that what she does to me and keep insisting of doing is her own insecurity mask itself as a cognitive delusion that I'm a bad girl because I didn't keep family secret quiet. I didn't forget the mistakes that she's done. I didn't let her walk all over my self-esteem. I didn't let her control me. So because of that, I deserve to be punished, deserve to have my business sabotaged, deserve to receive a lot of black magic, deserve to have a lot of negative attacks, negative projections. So it's hard for, like, if I'm speaking on my own history of like how I'm being who I am. Like, I'm a coach. I was running my business. What I really want to say is that it's hard to not have I don't have reliable people in my life, and it's hard. That's it. And it's even harder when someone is so fucked up and wants to keep you messed up in the head, and they don't want you to take a step up into your conviction, into your belief, into your power. And I've already proven that I would die for my cause, that I've done so much to keep believing, to have faith, that you guys don't see me in negative energy so much this year. Because I made it something that I don't want to show anymore. Like, I don't want to show negative things because I want to inspire people, correct? I want to put people in a strong positive energy, unless that negativity would help you transform. So I didn't do that. It's hard not to have reliable people. Let me pull out the cards. I'm losing my plot. No, marbles. Plot. I get so deep into something and I forgot it. I already sliced it. You can see I sliced it. So this is the first card. Oh. Do something to shift your vibration. It's the first time we get this card together. Dance. I love this card. Do you love this card? So do something to shift your vibration. Oh, we are a pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Pillar of light. Sometimes it's very hard for me to, if I don't do the work, for example, the work that I do behind the live stream is hours long, days long, weeks long of conclusion, and I didn't do it because as you can see, I've been coming like one day, like every day for the past maybe 4 days. Last one is protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. And we were talking about mean people are power thieves. Mean people are power thieves. And we can call back our power. And when we realize that mean people are fully insecure, and we were talking about the seed essence, the seed of the sins, the essence of the sins. Sins is the bad thing. And when we realize that how our parents treat us, how strangers treat us, how people we don't know treat us, how our friends treat us, is not really personal. It's just something that a seed inside them, a seed of darkness inside them that has been planted to be out of control and out of ignorance and out of sight, that they can't see that they're behaving mean. They can't recognize that they're being mean. They cannot consider or understand mentally the fact that their behavior, their words, that they're being incompassionate, rude, cold-blooded, mean. Like, heartless, and the seed of the sin inside them. When you can look at people, when I see my parents or my siblings and I recognize that what you say to me has nothing to do with me, if I done so much in my life to be so small, to be out of sight, to be so worthless, to not agitate people, like I don't exist. If I try so much to not exist, whatever you try to say to me, even if I try so hard to please every single person's sins and darkness and shadows and demons, what I've done, like I've done my best in my past to be forgiving, kind, forgetful, and I keep being beaten down by the same relatives, siblings, mother, father, brother, sister, friend, bitches, sociopaths, psychos, spastics, perverts. And the thing is that when we understand the seed of their intention towards us, the seed of their actions towards us, the seed of their action towards us, when we open our eyes to see that it's not personal, they are attempting to steal our power. And then right now I want to say this to all of you here who have been targets of mean people. You got something they don't have. Power to remain sensible, calm, stable, and having common sense. Mean people lashes out on people who they feel inferior. Something inside them, a seed inside them, is triggered by your presence, and they're like lashing out on you because you have emotional maturity and wisdom to not let life cut you open and make you bleed until you're dry, or like, you know, just totally bleed to death. That you still have patience, you still have virtues, the quality of positive virtues. And mean people who are power thieves, to all of you here who has been the target of mean people, you have power. And even if people slander you, hurt you, attack you, harm you, shame you, humiliate you, betray you, victimize you, and you're like still breathing, right? But you still feel pain, correct? And the fact is that everything that you feel through their actions, the result of their sins towards you, the way you feel based on their actions, actually belongs to them. Like the way my MOTHER made me feel when I was younger, like shame, fat, ugly, sad. That's who she is in her most innermost core. And if you see when I was doing my bazaars, my markets, my selling my herbal handmade skincare products, everyone that I see, I reflect to them happiness, joyfulness, inner child, gorgeous energy, beautifulness, and everyone smiles when they see my products because I reflect to my people beautiful energy, and they were open to receive it because we respect each other. And that's when I was in my power, in my core center. And that's my natural energy, where my vision, my ambition is to shine love and light into people's heart. And with my bazaar, with my market, with my handmade products, I was able to do that. And people love my products. People love what I do. People love my rose pink poster that we always take pictures with. And we have to start recognizing the power that we have that mean people want. Mean people want our power. Okay? Okay, so I cannot explain to you what I see right now, but it's a strong resolution for people who have been betrayed by sociopath. You know the part where you've been discarded and they leave feeling powerful? The impression you feel after you've been discarded about the sociopath, the impression you have of them is your original impression they have of you. And they were stealing your inner light. So if my dragon cards can like help me translate it. Yeah? You wanna say hi? Say hi. If you have your own story about mean people, share it down in the comments. I'm trying to like reply some comments, but I don't know how. I couldn't like reply to some of the comments that I got. Shitty. Shitty. Okay, bless my card. Thank you. You wanna choose? Okay, we're gonna slice it. Okay, this is it. You wanna pick up the first card? First card. First card. First card. Okay, first card. Oh, we have a different one today. Oh no, we had it before. Earth and Air Dragon represents perfect balance of heaven and earth. This one is a skippity hoppity, like skipping dragon. He likes to skip around. The second one is, we got the Fire Dragon. Burns out the lower energies around you. You are safe, protected, be determined, and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. I don't know how I'm going to like fix my pronunciation when I do my workshop with like big groups of people, international, in different countries. If I cannot even say, I'm very determined. She's very determined or determined. For once and for all, we're going to get our once and for all. We're going to see if it's she's very determined. I think that's it.
Determined.
He's very determined.
Determined.
Cat, we have to take out one more. One more. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's the Earth Dragon. Oh wow, look at that. Clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. We can move. Meow meow. You can have a lot of treats now. My meow meow can have lots of treats and wet food. Fresh wet food. Because it says that stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. So it means that my financial goals is gonna get wood. Awesome. Clears your path and the land around you. And we also have fire. And then we have earth and air. This burns out lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. Cat, can you move a little bit so that I can read my cards? So we can call the dragon energy. Okay, so we were talking about who wants a cat teddy bear? I do, I do, I do. Who wants a cat teddy bear? I do. Hmm? He's very talkative. Okay. That's my water. You cannot have it. So what was I translating? The impression sociopath leaves us. The negative impression the sociopath leaves us belongs to them. And they walk away with our impression, our organic impression. And it's kind of like a trance that you need to break and shatter and shake. If you had your identity stolen, identity theft, personality stolen, facets of your personality stolen, the thing that you have to learn is to not believe they can walk away with your inner light or your power. Learn to not believe in false reality forced by other people. Learn to not believe in the false reality forced by negative people. And these negative people are liars, irresponsible. They disregard other people's personal boundary. It's the first time that I get this card, Fire Dragon. So let's connect to this energy, Fire Dragon, and see if this Fire Dragon can stop our brain from feeling tricked by sociopaths who have a meanness based on their insecurity, based on their environment that harm them, and then it's like a chain, a ripple effect of sins. Humanity who's controlled by their ego create this ripple effect of people hurting other people. And when we are awake, we're like, I'm not going to like hurt other people just because you hurt me. I'm not going to pass that burning people around. Like, I'm not going to pass that curse around. I only want to spread love, light, blessings. I don't want to hurt people. So let's connect to this energy. If you like this video, click a thumbs up. If you have some stories you want to tell about mean people, or if you have your own revelation that you hear me say and then you're like, oh, maybe this thing that I learned, I want to share it with Meredith. Share with me what you learned from my videos, because I also get to learn from your point of view what I share with you, and our ability to like change points of view will help us grow faster, stronger, more united. Okay, I think I'm going to go with Earth Dragon first. Stuck energy is clearing. Be ready to serve. You can move forward in life. I think because Fire Dragon is helping to clear, burns out the lower energies around you. And this one is saying that stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. That's why we have Fire Dragon clearing the negative energy around us. Okay, we're gonna connect to the Earth Dragon. Let me just, for like a little while. Oh, Okay, makes sense. The way I see a dragon, he is a dragon made out of mountains, crystals. Interesting. He loves people who conserves the forest. This is an earth dragon, so he lives in like hills, mountains. He can camouflage as a mountain, hills as well. And there's like beautiful crystal rocks on him, because when I see him and I see this card, it feels the same vibe, even though you can't see it clearly. There's some crystal in there. And he loves to live under the mountain near a stream, near like spring water. I think Earth Dragon is also a master of third eye, because he's showing me this kind of like sky inside his kind of like, I don't know if it's a cave, because it doesn't make sense. How is he in a cave if he is under a mountain and part of the mountain? What can we talk about this? He reminds me of a cat chasing their own tail when he's really, really active. You know, cats, when they chase their own tail, they're like swirling around, right? So this Earth Dragon reminds me of the swirling around dragon. It feels like the energy is saying like, be in waiting. Be prepared or be in waiting. Because it also say be ready to serve. I don't resonate to that energetically. So be in a waiting phase. Expect your path will be cleared. Like that. Like expect your path will be cleared. What am I doing, man? And we have this Earth and Air Dragon that says stay grounded, stay balanced, ground your visions. We had this a few days ago or something. This one is the skippity hoppity guy, because when I sense his energy, he skips and hops. And very playful. Wait, what? The difference between this dragon card and this dragon card, this dragon presence is like water in crystals, if that makes sense. Okay, let's connect to the fire dragon, and then we're going to translate the message. Burns out the lower energies around you. You are safe, protected. Be determined, and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. So a lot of this is about clearing your pathway. So if you connect this to like my story about mean people are power thieves, and they create a lot of obstacles for us, and they kind of like leave us with a negative impression of ourselves that doesn't belong to us. And when I told you guys about how they don't have the power to destroy us when they don't have the power to create us, so why do we give in and not stand our ground and realize that they don't have the power to destroy us. They don't have the power to diminish or minimize us. They don't have the power to destroy us. They don't have the power to diminish or minimize us. So that should be your mantra when you ever feel small around sociopath, psychopath, narcissist. Know that that is a negative projection that they're dumping onto you because they don't want to be responsible for their weakness. They're only chasing other people's inner light, chasing other people's power, chasing other people's positivity. They don't know how to nurture it within themselves because you know how to nurture it within yourself. But other people enter your life and tell you you cannot have it because they want it, and they compete for your inner light that doesn't belong to them, that God didn't create for them. God gave you this inner light. God gave you this blessing. It's under your soul spirit essence. It's under your soul spirit contract. God gave you this, not the sociopath, psychopath, and narcissist who then pretends that it belongs to them. It doesn't belong to them. So if you believe that God gave you some blessings in your life and you are meant to protect it, meant to save it or rescue it or like be grateful for it, don't let other people, sociopath, narcissist, and psychopath, believe or perceive that they can destroy it, that they can steal it, that they can imitate or mimic or pretend to be it and steal your future. Because the dragon's energy, if you are not a skeptic, if you believe in the metaphysical and the new age energy, the dragon's energy that I'm connecting to is going to assist us and help us to, and even if you don't believe it, believe in what you believe. Just take the logic, just take the message and apply it to the areas of your life that you want to apply it to, and believe that your path would be cleared, and there's a fire courage, strong fiery courage, a blast of fire, clearing negative vibration in your spiritual journey, in your spiritual future, in your energetical vibration. There's this fire dragon blowing big, huge fire, like the height of a grown pine tree, like 20, I don't know how to say this, like 10-story building height. It's really huge. It's like Godzilla style. I'm serious, I'm not joking. I can hear like, you're joking, you're a skeptic, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in new age, I don't believe in dragons. Then you might not enjoy this thing if you don't believe it. It's a really big fire that's blazing. It's like from my third eye is like blazing here. And it's like clearing. It didn't hurt us, but it will hurt and destroy unknown origin of fear-based belief, unknown origin of negative-based belief, unknown origin of static-based belief, unknown origins of any belief that did not serve you. Is like being cleared. So consider this a meditation style of clearing energy. And then there was a card that says protection, right? Call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. So we're gonna use, I don't know if you want to work with Angel Michael, but I work with Angel Michael to call maybe Archangel Uriel, because Archangel Uriel governs the solar plexus energy. Archangel Uriel, call upon your assistance to help us reclaim our power and retrieve our soul. And cut the, Archangel Michael, we call upon your assistance to cut the cords with any negative elements, vibrations, people, experiences, situations, belief system, fear-based belief system, anything that doesn't serve us for our highest good in the present moment and the moment forth in the future. Please clear, cut the cords, and retrieve our power and soul. Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, all the benevolent angels in the universe that assist humanity, humankind, no matter what religion, race, creed, belief that they have that doesn't hurt others, based on common sense, common human empathy, compassion, love. We call upon these beautiful angels to guide us, to help us heal, and we call upon the beautiful earth dragon angels, earth and air dragon, and then we call upon the fire angel, dragon angel. Why am I calling them dragon angel? So maybe they're just a dragon angel for me. And beautiful dragon angels and archangels, please assist us to clear what we cannot comprehend with our mind. Please assist us to clear what we cannot comprehend with our heart. Please assist us to clear what we cannot comprehend with our physical body. Please clear our energy system, our DNA, our life force and life source. Thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please keep protecting us. And please inspire us to dance. Pillar of light. And guide us to be the pillar of light. Guide us to rise our vibration higher into love and light. And guide us to be an oracle for ourselves and the people who need us. And our spirit are freely dancing in the energy that we believe in. We welcome beautiful, higher, intelligent beings of love and light to support us and guide us in our speedy, Godspeed change, beautiful, amazing, beautiful present of transformation. And thank you, everybody. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Mean people are power thieves. Sociopath mirrors our quality. We fall for our own reflection. We don't have to anymore. We don't have to make space for other people's negative impression when we actually have our own impression to make. This is funny, but I feel like the girl who was trying so hard to give me a negative impression tries to take my positive impression or something. People can't easily take what they never nurtured and create. Like, for example, if you take care of a cat and someone come across your path and say, hey, the cat is so cute, I want it, I want it, I want it, and then they take it, and then you remember, no way, this is my cat. I place a very high importance of my cat in my life. Of course, one of the reasons is that it's my cat. I take care of my cat. My cat's been there for me, and there's all this many reasons of why you have strong affection, strong bond with your cat. So just the same way that people want to take your qualities away, like people want to take your confidence. No way, you can't take my confidence. I've been confident enough to go and find work when I needed it. I was confident enough to make plans to rescue myself from a very oppressive family and run away to New Zealand. Doesn't make me a coward, it makes me confident, courageous. So I've been confident enough to take part in my first bazaar, and there was like no one who bought anything, but it didn't stop me from joining more bazaars. And I've been confident enough to speak on stage to a group of Thai people during a multi-level marketing thing that my mom placed me in, and it didn't stop me from speaking other places and going to London to speak about universal healing and I am the love universe. So this thing that I'm sharing with you, imagine that your positive qualities are your favorite pet, beloved pet cat, like how I love my Lyra cat. Imagine that all the positive qualities that the sociopath, psychopath, narcissist tries to like gaslight you, distort your mind, cognitive delusion, trick you into like believing you no longer have it because they're like fucking with your brains and stuff. Bond with your qualities. Nurture that relationship with your positive qualities. It's still there. Trust me, believe in yourself, it's still there. The only thing that is obstacling, like hindering you from accessing it, is the intrusion the psychopath, narcissist, and sociopath plays in your mind and tell you with that lie that you no longer are pretty, you are fat, you no longer are smart, you're stupid, you no longer are wealthy, you're poor, you no longer are with friends, you're friendless and lonely, you're no longer like your happiness. They control the aspects of your happiness, and they're lying to you, you no longer. And you don't have to engage with it, but you do need to wake up your mind to comprehend that the obstacles that is placed in your life, this thing that I did with like dragon card healing, is not a permanent solution. You still have to do your own work. You still have to do your own spiritual work on your own, not just like taking what I say like in wholesomeness. You still have to put in your own personal effort in order to heal. So bond with aspects of you that you love. Bond with your personal power. Nurture your personal power. And look into the mirror and find your true selves. And love yourself, believe in yourself, and take care of yourself. If you want to work with me, I am Meredith Rose. I'm a universal healer and a peace visionary. You can check my session in the link in the description. If you want to have like this fun card reading, it's until Christmas time. It's on a very low price. If you want to work with me in that way, and then if you feel like, hey, I just want to try that before I do like a full-on universal healing session, you can try that. Try the card reading. So for now, thank you guys for watching. My name is Meredith. If you have a comment, if you have a story, if you have an opinion or a feedback, you want to share it, please write it in the comments. If you like my video that I share, click the thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe so you can see more videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to send me positive message, anything that is of love and light, you're welcome to do so. My email is meredithminors@gmail.com. See you guys in another video. Take care for now. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Thank you.